He didn't miss you when you left. At least, that's what it looked like. No long messages, no desperate calls. Maybe he even acted happier without you. And that's the part that hurts the most. Because you start wondering, was I ever important to him at all? But here's the truth nobody talks about. For many men, missing you doesn't happen when you walk away. It starts later, usually when you've already begun healing. When someone becomes part of daily life, the brain stops noticing effort. Your presence feels permanent. The good morning texts. The way you listened when no one else did. None of it disappears suddenly. It fades slowly into routine. And routine tricks people into believing something will always be there. Until one day, it isn't. That empty space is often the first moment he actually notices you're gone. After arguments or breakups, many people expect familiar patterns. Someone apologizes. Someone checks in. Someone tries again. But when you choose silence instead of chasing closure, something unusual happens. He loses control of the story in his head. Now he wonders, why hasn't she called? Is she angry? Or worse, is she already moving on? Silence forces imagination to do the talking, and imagination is powerful. Most people don't realize how strongly emotions connect to comfort. When everything is going well, distractions are everywhere. Friends, work, ego, freedom. But difficult days remove distractions. Stress arrives, loneliness arrives, and suddenly the mind searches for safety. That's when memories return. Not the arguments, not the mistakes, but the feeling of being supported without explanation. Sometimes people only understand emotional security when they lose it. Human nature values effort differently once access disappears. If someone always knows you'll respond, urgency disappears. But when your attention is no longer guaranteed, questions begin replacing certainty. Who is she laughing with now? Is someone else seeing her smile? Scarcity doesn't manipulate feelings. It reveals them. Because uncertainty makes people examine what they once ignored. It's rarely dramatic moments that create longing. It's the ordinary ones. Walking into a room that feels quieter. Watching a movie alone. No one remembering the tiny details anymore. The jokes. The habits. The little routines nobody else understood. Daily life becomes slightly colder. And that difference slowly becomes impossible to ignore. Here's something surprising. Nothing makes someone reflect faster than seeing you grow. Not revenge. Not arguments. Growth. When you start focusing on yourself, learning new things, finding confidence without needing validation, you start looking like someone waiting. You start looking like someone becoming. And sometimes that realization arrives like a shock. Because now he isn't just remembering who you were. He's wondering who you're becoming without him. Memory rarely tells the full story. Over time, the brain softens painful moments. Arguments fade. Songs feel heavier. Places feel familiar. And suddenly the past looks warmer than it actually was. That's nostalgia. It doesn't lie. But it definitely edits. Here's the part most people misunderstand. Someone missing you doesn't mean you should go back. Because missing someone is about realization, not always change. The real power isn't making someone regret losing you. It's becoming someone who no longer needs validation from people who once overlooked your value. Because the moment you truly choose peace is often the exact moment they finally understand what they lost.